This is my top 10 list of my favorite TVDU vampires in order. Let's start with 10. Jade. Her portrayal of being a Ripper was next to Paul Wesley's to me. She had literally like a fraction of the screen time, but the actress was as worthy as Paul Wesley, to be honest. Paul Wesley portrays Stefan and portrays being a Ripper, but he has alternatives, right? He has the bunny blood. He has the I said bunny blood. He has the bunny diet, the bunny blood. He has all these alternatives, right? He has all these different. You feel me? But when it comes to Jade, she was stuck inside her prison world for 10 years. There was no alternative. There was just like, okay, let me feed. Like she never knew of like, oh my gosh, let me feed on bunnies or something like that. It was always Diego, Wendy, Kai, Parker. You know what I mean? Like it was always I'm feeding on those people. So it's like she gets to express like if you see the Jade scenes, most of them, she's a badass Ripper. When you see Paul, it's more so like internal struggle. You know what I mean? Internal struggle. He has a little badass scenes here and there, but it's very like situational. But when it comes to Jade, it's like I'm a Ripper and everything she does is like badass 24/7. Like she does it in a very badass way. So that's why she's at my number 10 for sure. Mind you, like I said again, reiterate, her acting was Paul Wesley's level of acting. We just got to see more. It's like more so like a badass Ripper side versus a internal struggle Ripper side onto the left. You feel me with Paul Wesley and Stefan. Let's go to number 9. Now this person is like part witch, but I still put him on a list, and it's Kai Parker. For me, like everybody says that like Kai Parker is like, oh my gosh, he's so funny and he's just so funny. He's just so evil for no reason. This is, oh my God. That's not why he's a good character to me. You feel me? I acknowledge his backstory. A lot of people don't acknowledge his backstory, so I can push the narrative that he's just evil for no reason. You feel me? Like, and being funny doesn't automatically make you a good character to me. So it's like whether you doing jokes or whether you like I don't know, just evil for no reason. That's not gonna make you a good character automatically in my book. Period. Point blank. You feel me? So what does right? Why is Kai Park at my number 9 spot? And it's because as a siphoner, he had to be like crafty, right? He has to be very like on his toes. He has to be very smart, very. You feel me? But when he turned into a heretic, he had more to utilize, right? So now he's drawing from an almost infinite power source, which is himself. And he had to draw from a power source, which is himself. Not infinite first real, but it's like pretty much infinite because he's able to utilize and draw on himself. You know what I mean? But anyways, so he's like utilize. Now he's able to utilize a larger scope, right? Of abilities, a larger range of abilities, right? So when he did that bite scene in like season 6, when he like healed the wolf bite from Tyler, that was perfect to me. That was another sign of the intellect. To me, it was. You know, to a lot of people, that's probably the natural inclination because I'm a heretic. Let me siphon this thing. You know, it's whatever. But it's like, hey, bro, that was tough to me. I ain't gonna lie. To think on the fly, like, what? Get out of here, coach. Like, he really cooked up in that scene. And just, he was like, he did a linking spell that Bonnie had to, like, try to work around. Mind you, Bonnie's supposed to be like this super goaded witch, right? He got her right up out that drum. He said, if you try, gang, if you try to get around this gang, you're dunzo. Both y'all dunzo. Like the whole bip. Like, and then of course we get to season 8 and she actually tries and okay, cool. After a while she can break it, but it's like, bro, for a long time there was no, oh my gosh, oh let me just, you feel me? They was even afraid to even try. It's just a lot, man. Like he's cold. Like he utilized his abilities and his range of abilities to an optimal degree. And I love that when any species, to be honest. But we're talking about vampires here. Let's go to number 8, Oscar. If you haven't seen anything past season 6, then you're not gonna know the name Oscar. But in season 6, there's this whole idea of like, okay, Lily, all right, but she has a group of people with her, right? In season 7, we get to introduce to those people: Malcolm, Oscar, Valerie, Mary Lou, Nora, and Bo, right? Okay, coolio. And then Julian comes along later, right? You feel me? But and we get to introduce we get introduced to Oscar as well. So Oscar was a heretic, but he also had Ripper issues. Gang, like a heretic with Ripper issues, like that's my top notch. That's literally the greatest thing of all time because to me, that's the greatest thing of all time. Because like if I was placed into the Vampire Diaries universe, I want to be either a sidekick, naturally born most likely, or whatever, or like it doesn't matter. Naturally born, okay, cool. You feel me? Naturally born psychic or what's it called? Immortality spell turns me to a psychic type of person, whatever. That doesn't matter. A psychic or a heretic with Ripper issues. You feel me? That would be my whole bip if I was ever to be placed into the Vampire Diaries universe. So Oscar was so tough to me. What did I say about Oscar? I said because he was lethal as a Ripper, but he was also extremely skilled at his casting abilities. Whenever he started casting a spell, he was in it. You feel me? He ain't played no games. Go to season 7 and look up any of his, you feel me, his scenes where he's casting like spells. Psh, he was snapping, and he was saying it like super fast and stuff. But let's go on to like number 7, Lily Salvatore. That's my dog. That's my dog. You feel me? A lot of people hate Lily Salvatore because they glaze Damon or they just have sympathy with Stefan. But it's like I love Lily Salvatore. You feel me? If she became a Ripper, right? Becomes a vampire, and she already has this Ripper insatiable hunger within her. To be honest, you know what I mean? Like, you feel me? The moment she went to see Stefan, you feel me? When he was a child, right? She appeared to him as an angel, right? Blah, 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 whatever. She goes to his room. She wanted to feed on Stefan, gang. If she went to Damon's room, she didn't even go to Damon's room because if she went to Damon's room, it would have just been over. It would just yeah. She didn't even want to like take that risk of like, oh yeah, okay, okay, cool. Clearly I can't be around these kids at all. But one thing that she could have done was place these kids, taken away from Giuseppe, and place them with some random, you feel me, some random woman who would take care of them, or random man who would take care of them. So she could have done that, but that's the least she could have done in that situation because she was a Ripper. What did I say? I said a Ripper, Lily Salvatore, Ripper, who caused insane amount of damage from 1863 to 1903, which is 40 years of rippering, arguably causing more havoc and damage globally than Stefan when it comes to KD ratio, kill death ratio. Anyway, let's go to number 6, Cole Michelson. For a lot of people, like he's just like this charming person or this violent person or ill-tempered person, but for me, Cole, like I really want to dive deep into why I think Cole Michelson and why he's on this list at number 6, right? And it's because he looks young, like he looks extremely young, but his temperament, I think it aligns with his age, but he looks young, but his strength betrays his age, right? You feel me? His strength betrays his age, and his face betrays his strength, right? You know what I mean? And so that's why I got him at number 6, right? I said he looks young physically, which betrays his actual absurd amount of strength due to being an original. Like that's the toughest thing ever. Yeah, that's the toughest thing ever. And mind you, I'm not even talking about the fact that he's not scared of Klaus. You know what I mean? That's a whole different conversation. Let's go to number 5, right? Klaus Michelson. For me, Klaus Michelson is he's like 1,000-year-old version of Stefan. That's all he is. To me, he's just a 1,000-year-old version of Stefan. Like he knows all he's acquired all the lessons that Stefan will acquire if he ever reached 1,000 years old. You feel me? All this level of redemption. Oh my gosh, I want to redeem myself, and redemption. So that Klaus knows that it's pointless. It's just pointless. There's no redemption. You feel me? There's just who we are. You know what I mean? It's just who we are. We become who we are, as Rim Renting would say. You know what I mean? And so I put philosophical character who mirrors Stefan, if Stefan had lived to had been 1,000 years old instead of 171. Anyways, but yeah, he's a very philosophical character, and he does like I mean all throughout the original he's very philosophical. But Stefan is also the same way. So that the mirroring of these two characters, Stefan and Klaus, is what I love the most. And just like Klaus is his own person as well, but Klaus being his own person, his own individual, but being also um, insanely aligned to my favorite character of all time, which is Stefan Salvatore. That it means so much to me because he's 1,000 years old, being the exact same way mentally as Stefan. He's on the exact same mental wavelength as Stefan. Like he's like the more experienced Stefan. He has all the years acquired. You know what I mean? As far as Stefan's like, so there really truly is no hope, right? And then Klaus is like, there truly is no hope. I've been alive for 1,000 years, gang. There is no hope. There is no redemption. There is no this, there's that. There is no this or that, gang. You feel me? I've literally been in your shoes, gang. Genuinely, you're the younger me, genuinely. And Stefan's like, you feel me? Stefan never touches up on on the subject ever again. You feel me? To be honest. Anyways, let's go to number 4, Valerie. A lot of people hate Valerie, but I love Valerie. I love Stellary. You know what I mean? I love Valerie. Like she's her own person. Like outside of just being this heretic, right? She has a personality as far as like I am an individual. I have my own thoughts. I have my own dislikes and likes and da 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 da. Like she is like being a vampire, being a heretic doesn't make Valerie who she is. You know what I mean? Valerie is just Valerie. Like that's what I like about a lot of characters, right? And I'm gonna get to what I said about her, but Valerie and Stefan and a lot of other characters that I like that are laid back. They're just laid back. They are so laid back. They are so They are so assured of who they are as a person to the point where being a vampire is just a small fraction of who they are. You feel me? As opposed to like being their whole identity. Oh my gosh, I'm so evil. I'm a bad vampire. And oh my god, I'm so evil. Wahaha. You know what I mean? People that are laid back but know exactly what they are capable of. You feel me? Genuinely are my favorite type of people, villains. What's it called? Good guys, bad guys. You know, good guys, bad guys. I don't even subscribe to those type of situations, but like those are my favorite type of characters. People who are laid back but are overwhelmingly strong. People who are laid back but know exactly who they are. People who are laid back but can do martial arts. People who are laid back but can really do damage if they wanted to. You feel me? Like really get in there with you. Really get in the bub with you. You feel me? Like those are my favorite type of people, not the people who are just like, oh my gosh. You feel me? Because those people are always like hiding their sleeves, right? People who like wear their heart on their sleeve, you feel me? Because either they're overwhelmingly powerful and they can do so, or because they're just genuine people and like hiding their heart on their sleeve would just be like disingenuous. Those are my favorite type of people, not the people who are just like, those people are freaking ridiculous to me. I'm not gonna lie. There's no genuine moments. There's no moments in their life. Well, that's a presumption, but there's no moments in like on screen. I suppose there's no moments to where they are. There's no genuine moments. You know what I mean? There's very few genuine moments. Very few genuine moments with those people. Period. You dig me? Like, and it becomes like, okay, alrighty, got you, gang. So what did I say about Valerie? I said I like vamps who are powerful. Wait, oh yeah, okay. I like vamps who powerful and personality is so laid back that them being a vamp is just an aspect of who they are and isn't their whole personality. Let's go to my third. Let's go to my third. My third. We're talking Aya. We're talking Aya. If you guys have never seen the originals, Aya was briefly like she was tough. She was a part of the Strix, right? That's my dog Aya. I love her so much. Black woman, short hair. You know what I mean? Knows combat like the back of her hand. She's like 900 years old, something like that. Somewhere around there. Somewhere near 900, 800 years old. I think like something like that. Anyways, but yeah, she's tough. Aya's tough. I said that she's laid back, but assured and powerful. Like if you are laid back but also assured, you know what I mean? That's like my perfect type of character. I'm not gonna lie, because like I said again, I love a character who just like doesn't need to like overexert themselves unnecessarily. Like if you are powerful, if you are overwhelmingly powerful, there's no need to go, saying, oh my gosh, I'm just. There's no need of like, you know what I mean? Being you know, you don't have to do that. You feel me? At all. Aya, she was extremely tough. Like she was extremely good. She was like she's one of them ones. Genuinely, as far as vampire go, she's one of them ones, hands down for sure. Very self assured young. Oh, I say young lady. Very self assured woman. Now my number two is Shane Mean. I don't really know. Like I think it's like Shin Min, right? I said my number two. So Shen Min was a torture consultant for Genghis Khan in the originals, and I feel as though he was already who he was prior to ever needing vampirism, prior to ever becoming a vampire. He was already the Red Sorrow before vampirism. You dig me? He was already a torture demon. You dig me? Before vampirism. So when he got a vampirism, it just added to that aspect of who he was. And if you see these characters, as we get down to the nitty gritty, right? As we get down to the threes and the four, let me see something really quick. Let me see. As we get down to top four, the four list: Valerie, Aya, Shenmin, and number one. You feel me? As we get down to like the 4, 3, 2, and one list, you're gonna see that these characters start to become more um self-assured, right? More laid back, more like knowing who they are as a person. You know what I mean? You can also have like balancing overwhelming power with being a laid back individual. You're gonna start to see that more as this list goes on. You feel me? If you haven't peeped that already. But Shane Min can torture people so good that being a vampire was nothing more than a perk, not his entire identity. That's my whole bip. You feel me? That's my whole bip. Shaman is so tough. So tough. So tough. And anytime that he speaks cocky, right? When he was like sitting down in the chair, he was talking to like Marcel and Haley, right? He started popping it. He started popping it like, you dig me? And they was like, hey, Marcel was like, hey, let's just chill out. Let's just chill out. He got Elijah on the phone, da 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 da. We got Shane Me. You feel me? Elijah like, kill him now. Because if you don't kill him now, it's done. Kill him now. He's like 900 years old, 800 years old. You feel me? Kill him now. Kill him now. You feel me? Real rap. I'm gonna try to narrow down like Shaming's the year that he was turned into a vampire. All right, 12th century then, I guess. Yeah, 12th century for sure. 12th century and the 13th century. Okay, cool. Uh, 13th century. He's like 800, which I had a clear like you feel me understanding of that. Like you feel me. I think they say it even in the scene. He's like 800 years old. But anyways, yeah, Shamin is tough, assured, powerful, overwhelmingly so, and that's why he's at my number two. At my number one, I have to say Stefan, right? And for a lot of people, there's way more overwhelmingly powerful people, overwhelmingly powerful vampires, you probably that are assured and stuff like that. I was gonna put Mohinder on this list as well, you feel me? But then again, I didn't want to place a tricks trader on my list. You feel me? That's just not type of. You feel me? That's not my bip. I ain't gonna lie. Anyways, Stafford, right? I said that he's kind and laid back, but can let that demon loose at any time. So he is assured of the damage he could do, real damage, not pretend, oh, look at me, I want attention type of damage. No. Squad wipe entire villages type of damage, right? He's able to inflict that sort of misery, you know what I mean? Sort of damage onto entire villages. And yet, he's like his normal self, you feel me? His conscious self is very laid back, very self assured as far as like he's Paul says that like Silas is more self assured than Stefan. You feel me? Which is the truth. I feel like so I have to say like Stefan is more so he has the power to do insane amount of damage. I'm talking about real damage here. We're talking about real damage because he's a ripper, right? But he's also laid back and he knows that he can do damage like this over here. You feel me? As a ripper. But he's still laid back and he still like takes crap from everybody, right? From a Bonnie, from a Damon, from an Elena, from a Tyler, a Matt, the Jeremy, or this or that. He still takes crap from all these people, and yet, if you wanted to, in the span of 3 seconds, he could. Word. If you go to season 8, episode 8, there's this moment where they're at this, I guess, like addict rehab facility, right? Just a rehab facility, I suppose. And Damon and Stefan are sitting down, and Damon goes for the to bite, right? To bite somebody. Wham! goes to bite somebody, right? They're sitting in a circle. Damon and Stefan right here, other people over here, whatever, right? Damon goes, bam, and feeds. Mind you, it's like, I swear to God, it was like 4 seconds. It was like, I don't even know. It was like, I don't even know how long. I think it was like 4 seconds, 4 to 8 seconds, gang, or something like that. It was like 4 to 8 seconds. Damon goes over here, across the room to take out somebody, right? Feed on him, kill him, wham. Damon turns around and that entire room was knocked clean out, squad wiped. In the same amount of time that Damon killed this one person, in that 4 to 8 second time span, I would say 8 seconds because I've been thinking that was been 8 seconds. There were like eight. There were like, I don't know, 9 people, maybe 8. I don't know how many people that was around this thing, but in the amount of time that Damon took to kill that one person, Stephen had killed like 8 people, and that squad wiped the whole room. Swear to God, on everything I love. Swear to God, when he turned around. If you go to season 8, episode 8, you're gonna see that, gang. But you're not gonna go there because you don't care about this stuff. That is my top 10 TVDU vampire rankings in order. You feel me? As far as like my favorites, my favorite TVDU vampires in order. Those are my top 10. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you guys liked this video. Hope you guys liked the last video. I might even start to put a little end screens. You feel me? For like the last video, I just did a witch top 10 rich rankings. My favorite Jones. Oh, my favorite witches. You know I get in with the witches. You feel me? You know what I mean? That's just the video. Subscribe, turn on post notification bells, and like the video and share with other TVDU enthusiasts like myself and yourself if you've seen this video and like the content. Bye.